Hi, everybody. Welcome to Two Bowls, One Lighter. I'm your host, Jay, of course, always here at my side, or I should say I am by her side. Okay. The most wonderful, beautiful, adorable, smart, sexy, looking talented cook that I know. Beautiful. And hello, one viewer, moderator, whoever ish thing you are. I hope you're having a swell evening. So, I wanted to start tonight's show off a little different. Well, maybe not different per se. Oh, hello, other viewer.
Hi.
Do you moderate? Oh, no, they went away.
There.
Oh, well. So, I want to tell a story that I had remembered after I got stoned, because I guess that's what happens sometimes. So, I was really young. I don't remember how young exactly, but I was fishing with my dad. And if I remember correctly, we were close to the dock of where we were fishing. I know it was on the Potomac. And I can't remember why my dad was trying to lean over me. I think it was maybe my fishing pole. But apparently I was so much in his way, and I guess I was moving too much or something, and he fell over into the water. Now, most people would say, Jesus, Justin, that's not funny. It's kind of funny.
It's a little funny.
It's a little funny. I mean, yeah.
He tripped over you as a child and fell in the water. That is pretty. That's some America's Funniest Home Video shit.
It is. I think he was just more angry because back then he smoked Marlboro Reds and he got them all wet, so they were no good.
Ah.
I think that was what he was more angry about.
Yeah.
Oh, so, as a surprise to Hellcat, I wanted to let her know I was changing her name for the show to She Who Toots. My wife, whom I love dearly, and who cooks all my food. She's over here tonight, and we're talking, right? And I hear this. I just look at her. Because, like, you just, like, motherfucker, you just ripped ass. I don't care if it was a small one. And I was looking at her, and she's like, what, I got gas? Really? I couldn't tell. So we went outside to smoke a cigarette. Yes, I know it's a disgusting habit. Oh, fucking well. And she prepares me, for the sport that's coming. Like a person prepares you for some really bad news. Like you're expecting this fucking shit bomb to fucking just fall out of her ass. You're expecting like that scene from fucking like Scary Movie, the bird just, So I'm sitting there smoking a cigarette. I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for it, embracing. What the fuck was that? Like, why prepare me for that?
It felt like it was going to be more than what it was.
Is there going to be like some, atrocious smell just waiting for me to engulf me? Just like, ha 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 ha, I tricked you. In other news, I was surfing Facebook yesterday, and a Facebook associate, I will no longer call him a friend, had posted a meme of Mr. Blake, Mr. Jacob Blake. and how he deserved what he got. And while I know a lot of people that can be pretty shady, that just seems really low. Like,
low even for this person.
right? By all accounts, he was breaking up a fight, walking back to his car that had his kids in it. Now, who, besides rapists, child molesters, child rapists, never mind, I get that last one, they deserve to be shot as many times as possible. I don't care. Nobody was just trying to be an upstanding person. For whatever reason, the fight began, and who was happy to see officers arrive, doesn't deserve to be shot 7 times in the back while trying to get into his car with his kids and get him out of the same situation. It doesn't make sense to me. And I'm sure it doesn't make sense to anybody, hence all the uproar. Like, it's not funny. But my mind is so boggled at the proper emotions to have at this kind of stupidity by people who would say he deserved it.
And it keeps happening, and same people keep saying that the people who get shot deserve it. And it's like, until that fucking orange gas bag in the White House came along, I've never seen such open disdain for
Everything?
and everyone.
I'm truly surprised he has not ordered that the Declaration of Independence or the Constitution be fucking made into toilet paper for him so he can wipe his ass.
Right? It's just, I mean,
mind-boggling is the only word that my brain will allow right now to describe.
the interesting thing about the one thing that Mr. Jacob Blake doesn't have in common with most of the people that these protests erupt to demand justice for is that he survived. Like, he's still alive. He's paralyzed, but he's still alive. I really hope that he
Sues the fuck out of them?
I hope he sues the fuck out of them. I hope they go to jail, and I hope he becomes a shining beacon of hope for this cause.
Oh yes, that was definitely adequate words. But to move aside from tragedy right now, because there's so much of it out there. Dude, tell the ghost story.
Okay, so this story happened about, so this was 2006, so it was 14 years ago. And me and my best friend George, we've been best friends since high school. If you're watching, George, hello.
Hello, George.
Bitch.
We love you.
So, me and George, we went to a quiet church, which is in Stafford, where I was living at the time, because it has a reputation for being haunted. And I won't go into the specific ghost stories that are related to a quiet church. You can look that up on your own. So anyway, we used to like to go into the graveyard at night. Now this was again 14 years ago. This was when the gate was closed to the cemetery at night, but you could still open it and go inside. Now it's all, it's very heavily watched. It's locked. It's this and that. Like you can't get in there unless you know, unless it's open during the daytime. Because it is open to the public during the day. A quiet church, Stafford, at the intersection of Route 1 and Garrisonville Road. Or right before the intersection of Route 1 and Garrisonville Road. So anyway, um, if you go into the church, into the graveyard, there's the gate that leads you into the graveyard, and there's the church. On this side of the graveyard, if you're looking straight ahead at the church, are all the older graves. Stuff that's been there since the church was founded, possibly a little earlier. I think the latest or the oldest grave I've seen in there is from like 1692, 1693, something like that. But it wasn't made a church until 1751. Anyway, so me and George start heading towards that side of the church, towards the older graves, which is where, as you do, which is where we had, been a lot of the times during the day. And we had been a few times at night before too. But this time was different, or at least I had been at night. I don't know if he'd been with me at this time, I can't remember, but he was with me then. So as we're going around to the side of the church, we both stop and we see this light blue figure of a man running out one of the doors on the side of the church into the graveyard. And this light blue figure runs out the door into the graveyard and disappears right before our eyes. And of course, I think I'm seeing things. And George says to me, "Did you just see that?" And so I go, "Yeah, I saw blank." And he's like, "That's what I saw." And that is the story of the ghost that we saw. Now, one of the ghost stories that is related to a quiet church that relates directly to what we saw is that during the Civil War, the church wasn't being used. So, two Confederates were sleeping in the pews one night, hiding out from the Yankees. Well, unbeknownst to them, the Yankees were coming up the hill because the church is up a hill. But these two Confederates sleeping inside the church heard a whistling. Now, there was nobody else in the church, nobody else in the graveyard, nobody else around, nothing. They hear this whistling. It wakes them up. It wakes them up in enough time to see the Yankees coming up the hill. These two guys sneak out the very door that we saw the ghost coming out of. They ran out into the graveyard, out the back, and escaped before the Yankees could catch them. I found that interesting when I remembered that story when I saw the ghost, because that, it directly relates to what we saw. So yes, that is my ghost story that involves me and my best friend, George.
Ah, George. He's quite the character. I saw him in Rocky Horror.
Yeah, he's very talented.
He is. I'm not even joking. And people usually think that I'm very sarcastic because I just have that sarcastic tone, but I'm being very serious. He's an amazing, amazing actor. He's not bad on makeup either. Okay, I don't know. I can't.
Now, is there anything else that you wanted to talk about?
I just want to state the fact that Trump's a fucking moron for having all those people on the White House lawn.
Yeah, this, I believe it's a violation of the Hatch Act.
I don't fucking know. I'm not gonna lie.
That, you're not allowed to.
Somebody else disappeared from Washington. That's poor. Sorry, go ahead.
The White House isn't supposed to be used for political gain.
Ah,
It's the people's house. It doesn't belong to the president just because he lives there. It belongs to the people. So it's not to be used for campaigning and such.
I did not know this actually.
Yes, it is.
I think I heard about it in high school, Miss Stevens' class, but so many years ago, I can't surprise. My wife is extremely smart. I tend to forget pretty much everything. Oh, there's one more thing. For everybody that watches this, I want to start doing a little thing during the show called Why I Started Smoking Weed. I would like you guys to, and I will drop it down in the description. Send it to our email. Just tell us a story of why you started smoking weed, what it does for you. You know, we'd love to hear from you. You know, and it doesn't matter if you start smoking weed to quit crack, or you start smoking weed to quit cigarettes, or you just start smoking weed because, well, you like being high. I mean, let's be honest. There's some people are going to do that.
Yeah.
We're not here to judge you,
Exactly.
and we just want to know why you started, what it does for you. We love you, and hopefully we'll see you again next weekend. Bye.
Good night.
I clicked end stream and it apparently loves us so much it does not want to end.